Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Medium's Table. I'm your host, Michelle Gardner. This podcast is your personal invitation to join me at the intersection of the everyday and the extraordinary. Together, we'll explore the magic of mediumship, share spiritual stories, and connect with fellow mediums on this incredible journey. So grab a seat, pour yourself a cuppa, and come join us at the Medium's Table, where spirits gather and stories unfold. Disclaimer, just a heads up to all our lovely followers. Our social media is a space where we share personal stories, including those of various mediums. Let's keep the vibe positive and respect each other's beliefs. Every journey is unique, and here we celebrate the diversity of experiences. I'd like to welcome back to the show, and as I call her now, my fire goddess friend, Elayna. Welcome back to the show, Elayna.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you for having me back. And thank you for doing this episode.
Oh, look, you're most welcome. And this is a very special episode for you. I'm not going to share it with the listeners and viewers just yet. You have to keep listening. But you've been in many, many episodes, panels, you name it, it's happening. And yes, Elayna is the one who was raised in a family of witches, dark and light, all sorts of things going on, tea leaf readers, you name it, they did it. And look, she looks completely normal. I mean, come on. I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, even though I do call her my fire goddess friend, you don't want to know why, but it's only a couple of sacrifices. It's no big deal.
Yeah, only a few like spells here and there, and yeah.
Exactly. And can I just say I love your shirt?
Oh, thank you. We just printed these off, and we're going to be selling these on my website.
Yeah,
and it's just got the name of Spirit and Shadow, and it has energy flows when magic grows.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And that's the name of your business?
Yeah.
And such a versatile, such a versatile name. It's like, when you get the shirts that say good witch, bad witch, like you can still wear that, and it's still symbolic of spirit and shadow without people knowing it's a business name.
Exactly.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. That's
I love it. So people they'll be available, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, we're going to be launching a whole, it's going to be premium t-shirts with sigils and it's all coming. It's all coming. And I'm looking, very exciting.
See what happens when you're raised in a family of witches? You just keep going down that same road because it's fun.
Exactly. It's like when it's in the blood, it's in the blood.
Yeah. It's magic. Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Now, would you like to share for the audience what it is that you do?
Okay, so I am a psychic medium. I connect with spirit. I also do witchy stuff as well. So I have spirit and spells and, all these wonderful magical things. And I read cards. It's just
all the good stuff, all
the good things,
yeah. And it's amazing. We've known each other for so many years. You're in Ireland, I'm in Australia, and it's incredible how we don't have to be in the same country, and yet we're so close. We see each other all the time. It's incredible. Technology has just brought everybody so close together, haven't they?
Exactly. And it's like, even though we haven't met in person, it feels like we have.
Yeah.
Hasn't it?
Absolutely.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I always say, my friend in Australia, and it's like, I'm always talking about you. It's like,
yeah, exactly. I know. And every time I see a haunted castle in Ireland, I'm like, oh my God, do you know where this is? Is this near you? Because in my head, it's just around the corner, and surely you've been there.
Well, I'll share something with you. In Ireland, everything is around the corner.
Oh, okay.
It's like you could live 2 hours away and I'm only up the road. That's what people say here. It's just, I'm only around the corner. So yeah, it is.
And through you visiting places, I live out my travel journeys and go to haunted places, because if you go, that means, well, they're too far for me to go, but if anything goes pear-shaped, at least I'm safe here in Australia.
Yeah, you'll be watching on. I was just going to say I should visit the castle and go and video it with you, and you'll be like, "Oh, Elayna, watch out behind you!" And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
yeah.
And speaking of that, there's that window in the church area, and what's the castle called again? I know I sent it to you.
Oh, what was it called?
It's got a really simple name, yet I can't think of it off the top of my head. No, not. I don't want to say yet.
No, it's in County Laois anyway.
And can
I look it up?
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, definitely look it up.
I just have to quickly look here because I know. Just 1 second.
Because I saw it first on Most Haunted, I think it is, Worlds, or it's like they go to all the haunted places in the world. It's actually like a series. And there was one in Ireland, and I'm like, oh my God, is that near you? And
it's only 2 hours away, actually.
Yeah. So I sent her the name and the TV series, because they say in that chapel, and the chapel's high off the ground, that people get drawn to the edge to look out the window. But a man was saying when he was visiting, a ghost said to him, a spirit in his head, and he started believing it, just fly. It's okay. You'll be okay. You'll fly. It won't hurt. And he found himself standing on the edge, and someone thankfully walked in and said, "Hey, mate, what are you doing?" And it sort of snapped him out of it. And he was standing there, and it's a long fall to the ground.
Oh, I haven't heard that story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I haven't heard that story. And I don't know what it is when we come on here, my brain just can't remember anything. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like,
you hit record and forget everything.
Oh, I found it. Okay. Leap Castle. I mean, why didn't I remember that?
Yeah.
It's in County Offaly, not Laois. Leap Castle.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking yeet. I knew it was something simple. Yeah, Leap Castle. So and it's so old, and people live there. People still they've renovated part of it where they live, and a lot of investigators go there because it's so much activity, especially in the chapel. So there's been a few people, and I don't know for the life of me why the owners haven't put like bars up, or because it's not, there's no actual window in. It's a window, but there's no actual glass in it.
Okay.
So it's just straight out to the open. So that part of the castle hasn't been renovated. Like there's all rubble still on the floor. So they've left a lot of it as is. And and there's no glass in any of the windows. So, obviously birds can get in. You can see the wind's blowing through there. It's cold. And it looks like the chapel's right up on the top floor somewhere, like it's high. And a lot of people have found themselves on that edge. And the window, might I add, goes to the floor. It's like a big arched floor to ceiling window, what would have been a window. Yeah.
I personally haven't been to that one, but I should go. And actually we should video.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah.
Hey,
they've picked up a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. And the guy who owns it's been renovating himself for years and years. I think him and his wife. He's elderly now, and obviously, like you said, things are slowing down, but they've done a fantastic job. And
it's a lot of places.
Yeah, like according to history, they've killed a whole other entire clan there. They poisoned them, like got together and then poisoned them at a feast, as they did back then.
Yeah, but there's Vikings and everything apparently came here. So just up the road from me,
Yeah.
So I believe
it gives new meaning to love thy neighbor, doesn't it? Have them over for dinner and they'll never leave. Anyway.
Oh no, you're making me think of that mushroom lady. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other Australian story.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're the one who said about the dinner. So
I know. Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get past the murderous scenes of long ago.
Oh yeah, no, but we will investigate that. We will investigate that, and I will go and we'll video, and we will see what we pick up, shall we?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Definitely.
I'd love that. Yeah, I'll live through you and your experiences.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I come home alive.
It's a deal. It's a date.
Yes, we'll do that. That's
awesome. Fun. All right. So, what do you have for us today? Because this is a bit more of this is a special interview, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what this is as I've mentioned before, especially when in your signs from spirit, my stepdad, who I call my dad because I saw him as my dad, and he was nothing but. He was the grandfather to my kids, and he treated me like his own daughter, biological daughter. And, it's kind of when we were doing the signs from spirit, there was so many. He's very busy in the spirit world. I mean, he's only been gone a year, but it's like he's just so busy, and there's just so many stories that we just couldn't tell them all. And I like to honor spirit signs because I think a lot of people dismiss them. And I just feel spirit takes a lot of energy. They take, it takes a lot for them to do these things that they do, and it's just nice to share it and talk about it. And, by telling people about the signs that your loved one has given, it will be, geez, yeah, no, that's what happened to me. That was a sign then, in that kind of way. And he was a very special man. And I'll just quickly tell you when he met my mom. Okay, this is a universe. You know how the universe brings people together?
Yes.
And how you mentioned about that boat when you saw it. There's just certain things, right? Okay, so my mom met this Franco, okay? And my biological dad, he was a singer, okay? He's still alive. He was a musician, and he had records out. It was records back then, okay? And he had records out, Lawn Shields, okay? And when my mom met Franco, right? Franco had one of his records in his collection.
Oh.
Yeah. So when she was going through his record collection, she went, oh, that's her ex-husband's record in it, right?
Awkward.
Yeah. But also, now he had his first wife, which is my stepsister's mum. She died of malaria when my stepsister, who I call my sister, but I'm just saying, okay, I follow my little sister, right? So that's who she is. And her name is Angelique. Okay, now that's a very unusual name. And my biological sister, who was the middle child of the three of us, her name is Angelique.
Oh.
Hang on, it gets even more. Ooh, listen to this, right? So my biological sister's second name is Michelle. Franco's first wife's name was Michelle.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are the odds, as people would say?
Yeah,
who don't believe in all of this? What are the odds?
Exactly. I mean, it's just so many, what would you call them? Synchronicities. It was, yeah. Yeah, it was just, and then my little sister, even though she wasn't biologically related to, say, my daughter, when my daughter was 3 at the time, people used to think that she was my daughter's mum because they looked so much alike.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It's
genetics were the same, names were the same.
yeah.
That's
So
incredible, isn't it?
yeah, so that was meant to be. And then yes, so they met, they then got married. And then he just played a big part in our lives. Like, straight away he became my dad, you know. And he was the man, if you need advice or anything, he would be the one to go to, right? Now, my mom, she loses things, okay? She loses things. She puts things down, she can never remember where it is. And before he passed, okay, so he passed with cancer. Now, before he passed, he said to her that he'd always be with her. He'll always stay with her, right? And he has. Like, I mean, if she misplaces something, she calls him, where did I put this, Franco? Where is it? And it will appear. Like, I mean, literally, boom, like it appears.
Wow.
Okay. So, um, now there is some other stories, but I'm going to go on my phone just to go into the messages because my little sister had stories. My niece, my daughter, my mom. So I was just like, okay, if you don't mind, I'll read them from there. Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah. And I love the fact that the whole family is open to this, the whole family. Your
Yeah.
niece, your mum, your little sister, and your mum especially. I mean, she's that side of the family that's witches?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's
So
no
yeah,
surprise,
yeah,
is it? You
yeah.
know?
So she would be like, yeah, my mom, she's like, at an early age, like when she was like when I think she was 17, she decided she didn't want to see spirit anymore because she used to just see their heads. And she was like, oh, I'm too afraid, but she could still feel them, so she can still feel him.
Yeah.
And it was it was kind of very soon after he died. I think it was about a week after he died, right? Let me just bring that up here. And she um she has this teacup of hers. Okay, so it's my mum's very particular. She drinks tea out of one certain cup and coffee out of another certain cup. And she even has that year. She has one cup for this and one cup for that. And anyway, so what he did was she had washed up and everything, but she had only had this cup was standing on this, the drawing basin or what you call it, on
Oh,
the
yeah, the
side of
dish.
the
Well, we
sink.
call it like a drying rack, a dish rack. Yep.
Yeah, but there was no dish rack. It's just on the
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yep,
sink. Yeah.
yep.
Anyway, so she had put that there, and she said that let me just get the story, and I'll actually get that her words. That would be better, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite glass tea mug. Now, this mug was made out of, it was like that brown glass. It was so hard to break. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
She said it got smashed into tiny smithereens, tiny pieces. It was like somebody held it up from a high height and just dropped it. It didn't just crack, it broke into little pieces. Okay. Now she said, I found it like that. Oh, sorry, in the drying rack. Okay. It was soon after he passed. And there was nothing that could have smashed on it. I mean, there was nothing. The only thing there was is that he had done it and he had chosen to do her favorite thought to be, well, that it's him, because he chose that cup. But then she was like, this was about a week after, and she's like, but he broke my favorite cup. She was like, and it's like, he knew that was my favorite cup.
Yeah,
But anyway,
but it's obvious then that it's him, isn't it? Because he chose
yeah,
something that was special to her. And some people might think,
exactly.
well, that's cruel or that's mean, but
No.
it wasn't anything expensive.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't an heirloom. Do you know what I
No.
mean? It was something that, okay, it's replaceable, but it's obvious that it's him.
exactly. And I think by choosing her favorite cup, it's like that's,
Specific.
specific. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if it was anything else, you could have just like, it could have just put it down to something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so anyway, so yeah, my mum doesn't give him a break at all. Not what, no, like seriously, I said to her, she said, now she joined our circle the one time, just, she said, Elayna, I just want to know that he's in, resting in peace. And, I said, Ma'am, how is he supposed to rest in peace when you don't leave him alone? I was just like, because all she does is like, oh, it's quite funny. But, I did her cards as well. She said, can I do her cards? And I said, well, she wanted me to connect with him. And I said, I'm very close to it. So I can't really, if I give a message, I don't know if it was just me or. I said, let me do your cards. And I have, my special cards that connect with spirit. And it was funny because the one card that came out is at the bottom, it had a quote and it said, you never too much. And he used to say that to her.
Oh,
He
wow.
said, you're never too much. And she was like, oh, he used to say that to me. And that's what the card said. So anyway, sorry, I just had to say that. Yeah.
No, that's beautiful though, isn't it? Even
Mm.
in spirit, they're still bringing through messages. Yeah.
Exactly. Um, so she also said she was having a particularly sad day. She was missing him and she was sobbing her heart out. And she was asking him to visit. And she said she was asking him to visit me as I missed feeling his arms around me. She said, that night in my dream, I felt the pressure over my waist. It was his arm resting over me, holding me. Oh, and then she said he took her to the restaurant where, yeah, you know about the restaurant, don't you? He took her to the restaurant. I believe it's where he is another, when the other man came in, and was a very troubled soul looking to argue with Franco or something, said he had to leave, which I'm not really sure how. It was something to do with, I don't know if it was that he had to maybe go back or I don't know, what that meant. But she said he took her to the restaurant in heaven.
Yeah, which is if you've watched, I can't tell you off the top of my head which episode it was, but we did a
Yeah.
panel. Was it maybe Signs from Spirit?
Can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember either. And you talk about the restaurant.
The
I'll
restaurant
actually
in heaven.
put that
Yeah.
episode below. Yeah, where
Yeah.
you dreamed it
Yes.
going to you call it, what was it, a heaven
Restaurant. It
heaven
was
yeah
like,
heaven restaurant.
yeah, like all the souls hang out there. They were just there. All the spirits were
Yeah.
there. She also has, this is a funny one. Okay, so you know how people see robins and you associate the robins, yeah, okay, because loved ones do send robins, right? But he had to go a little step further. Okay, so what he did was he said, now he used to laugh about shaking Stevens. They used to make fun of, some birds or something about the leg, something about he had a shaky leg, this bird.
Okay.
Anyway, so my mum was planting the cedar tree that, Franco had been saying to her, it needs to be planted and they just didn't get around to it. So she was busy doing it. And didn't this robin come along with this shaky leg? And she was like, oh, it's shaking Stevens. And then it was like, this robin kept coming back and he was watching over her, like when she was doing that. And it was like she knew it was the same robin because he kept coming and he kept sitting there and he kept coming back. And making, like, he was just watching everything she did while she was doing his garden, because she was doing a garden for Franco,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
love that. I find it interesting in other episodes, and I know in America they talk about the cardinal being the bird that spirit sends. It's interesting that you're saying the robin,
Oh,
because we don't have cardinals here. So,
okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting that you say the robin. So, in different
But
countries,
yeah,
different birds are symbolic.
exactly. But this, and I'll tell you this robin, okay. So I don't really see robins. I'm in the country, but I don't really see robins that much. Like I never see a robin. Um, But when my mum comes to visit me from the UK and she's here, the robin appears. And when we go on a family out, like the robin is like following us around when we go around. And then my niece, she, on the 24th of March this year was his first year anniversary. And a robin followed my niece, well, she's my great niece because it's my niece's daughter, followed her when she was walking to school. And she had this robin following her all the way to school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
amazing,
like,
isn't it? I
yeah.
love that. And for those that might think, well, how can a spirit do that? Like that, if you're not into this and you've landed on this interview and you're like, what? So spirit find it easier to connect with animals, blend consciousness, and be able to, I guess you could say, inspire them. I don't want to say manipulate, because manipulate can have a
Mm,
negative connotation to it, but inspire them to fly over there, to hang around that person, to, do certain things and act different. And that's how spirit can use animals. And I say it in the nicest way, to bring messages or confirmation that they are around to loved ones. Mm.
exactly. I mean, they do say that birds are what messages or messengers from God, like,
Yeah.
or whatever, some people have different words. So I won't, I say God. Some people have different words for God, but the bird is a very strong symbolism, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Beautiful.
butterflies. But
Yes.
right, so I don't want to keep you all night, so I'll just carry on. um, and random feathers. He just keeps giving her random feathers. Then, okay, so on Valentine's Day, there was another bird that used to, because the two of them they like, do you know Cinderella's garden? Do you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
My mum feeds the squirrels, which is, Franco used to call him nutty. Yeah, Cinderella, like completely. But the woodpecker, she had a female woodpecker in the garden, the first one she saw this year, and she felt it was a gift from Franco, as he always pointed out to the woodpeckers, and whenever they visit, and it made me feel happy. Oh yeah, she was disappointed because she was told she didn't get a Valentine's flower, because she thought he is going to send her a flower, right? So she goes, "Oh, you didn't send me a flower." And then a few days later, next to the cement pathway in her garden, there was just this crocus flower opening up, just
Oh,
out of nowhere, like just this one flower and it's just, and yeah, and he'll just send her these like feathers and there's no bird that died nearby and there's no kind of loads of it. I mean, it's like out of place feather. Okay.
yeah. They're
um
obvious, aren't they? You know when they're from
yeah,
spirit. Yeah.
and he was like, here you go, here's your flower, that kind of way as well. So the other thing as well, she said the other day she was having a very sad day, because she's, when it hits and she's like, oh, I'm never going to see him. And she was having a really sad day. And then that night she got another dream and she felt the pressure on her side, on the side of the bed. And Franco said to her not to be afraid, that it's only him. Okay. And she said, we went to that heavenly place again. And we sat on a sofa and she was sobbing, saying to him, I thought I was never going to see you again. And she said he was naked. So I'm kind of thinking, sorry, do you know the way spirit spirit is just, plain, isn't
Pure.
it? Pure.
Yeah.
It's just, no, and it's just light, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she said that she said she was bombarding him with questions, as that my mum would do. Yeah. And she was saying to him that their youngest daughter, which is my little sister, was, she was trying to find a house to rent and will she be okay? And he's, his face started changing and he sort of faded away, but everything worked out. He's,
Wow.
she's found a place. It's every time my mum asks him help with something, he does. It just happens. And which brings me to the story of when my little sister and my mum and the two boys were coming over for Christmas to me. Now she has this dog called Rocky, and he's the most gorgeous dog ever. Anyway, but she couldn't bring him with because my dog, he would not allow other male dogs nearby. Okay. So she had to find somewhere for him. But by that stage, all the kennels were fucked up. Everything was fucked up. And she was like, Dad, will you just help me? I need to find somewhere for Rocky. But, this dog sleeps in her bed and it can't just be anywhere. And as she asked the question, Dad, will you please help me? And her friend, the phone went off, bing, and it was her friend messaging her saying, I found you a dog sitter. He lives 5 minutes up the road from you. And guess what? This guy is Italian. Now, Franco is Italian. And it's like he's literally, and it was to make it clear, this is me that did this. He made sure to find an Italian man who would take the dog and treat the dog just as his own.
Wow.
Do you know how, it's just
the signs are obvious, aren't they?
Yeah, or he makes them obvious. It's like he will special cup, he'll make him Italian and blah blah blah, and it was also my middle daughter, so they all kind of she sees spirits, Nikita. And when he passed away, she rang up her dad, my ex-husband, to tell him that, her grandpa had passed away. And she was crying. And the next thing, her salt lamp started flickering. And then she was like, oh, I know that's him. Because he came to visit her. He just, popped in and it gave her just this sense of she knew he was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll just tell you one more funny story because I have to tell you this one. Okay. Because, right. So he used to make people laugh. He was just that character and he loved making kids laugh. He was he loved kids. Anyway, so when he always used to pretend he was like gorilla and he would go, hoo, hoo, and he'd go, I can't do it, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
But he was just hilarious. And he saw Poppy, my granddaughter, so she would have been about, what would she have been? 1.5 maybe. So when he passed, and it was recently, she's now nearly 3 this month, right? And she was in her cot and she was going, she was saying Papa, and she'd call him and she was going, hoo, hoo, ha, ha, like that she was doing.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And
I love that.
Yeah. So we know it was him making her laugh, and he was doing that because that's what he used to do to the kids to make them laugh,
Yeah.
And she was laughing and saying it ooh, she's going yeah.
And kids are so innocent and they see through a totally different lens, don't they? Because that filter and those beliefs haven't taken hold yet when they're young.
Exactly. And they see spirit and they, it's just but no, it's just look at if anything, it's just to all these signs. It's just so amazing how a spirit that's only been passed over for a year, and even a week after he passed away, he was able to break a cup,
Yeah.
And I think that also brings the answer to another question of, how soon do you see signs? Because, a lot of people think that spirit has to be gone for a while before they can do stuff. But hey.
Yeah, there is that old controversial belief that, or the rules that I don't know who made up and put in place, that you can't contact them for like 6 months, and
Yeah.
there's a 6 month waiting period. I'm like, what? There's no time in the spirit world. So where are we getting this
Yeah.
time frame from here? Now, was there not another story about a dream catcher that I remember from another episode? Did you want to share that?
Oh, yes, actually, yeah. Because my mum, as usual, she couldn't find her dream catcher. She knew she had one, and she used to get night terrors. So she was kind of afraid now because he's not next to her anymore. So he used to wake her up. So she was terrified she was going to get night terrors, and she was like, "Franco, help me find a dream catcher!" Like, because she couldn't find the one she had at home. She went out to the shop. She couldn't find one. She came home. And she had looked everywhere. She looked everywhere in her house. Now, her house is tiny, okay? It's one bedroom, one sitting room, a little kitchen. It's not like a big house. It's tiny, right? And on the bookcase, everything was swept off. His photo, everything was on the floor. There was no windows open. Everything was swept off. And there was the dream catcher laying on it on the shelf.
Just like that. Too easy.
Just like that. Yeah. And yeah, so he just he's always helping out. And you actually reminded me of sorry, this is one more story, okay? Which, just to show you, do you know when people have a dream about spirit and they go, "Oh, it was just a dream." But it's not just a dream, because when he passed away, okay, I had a dream of him. He came in my dream and he was wearing this, he made it very specific that he was wearing this denim blue shirt, okay, and jeans. And he was, he looked like he was in his 40s, like that kind of age, and he was just observing. And that's what he used to do, observe, right? So the next day, I told my mum I had this dream. But now my sister, the older sister, not the younger one now, me and her hadn't spoke, right, over this period. She had told my mom that she had a dream, blah, blah, blah. And my mom texted me, she said, "Elayna, did you tell Angelique Senior you had a dream about Papa?" Like, and I said, "No." She said, "But she's just told me she had a dream and he's wearing the same thing, that denim shirt that I bought him." It was very specific, that shirt, because that's the shirt she bought him, right? And it was the same night, he visited her dream and mine the same night, wearing the same thing, doing the same thing. And we also had South Africans in our dream. That's another thing. We both had South Africans in our dream. So we both dreamt the same dream of him visiting, and he was wearing the same thing. So he was visiting us.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
And the South African thing's significant. Do you want to tell the viewers?
Oh, yeah, because see, he's Italian, okay, but he was born in South Africa, but he was Italian, and he also fought in the Angola War in South Africa, so he was the South African would seeing South African people in the dream would signify him as well,
Yeah, the representation of him. Yeah. Which concretes that evidence even more, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. So it's like, it's not just a dream. It's not just a dream.
Yeah.
They're visiting you.
Yeah. And for two people to have the same dream. And again, for those that might think, well, how is that possible? How can spirit be in two places at once? Spirit is omnipresent. They are energy. It's
Yeah.
like saying, how can you breathe air and I breathe air? Well, it's everywhere. Spirit is
Yeah.
omnipresent. They can be in multiple places wherever they want. They are everything everywhere. If
Exactly.
that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will, but
Yeah. It's
but
like,
it's
yeah.
different. We need to cast aside our human limitations when we think about the
Hmm.
possibilities of what spirit can do and the like what they're transformed into. They're now in a different space. They're different, their energy. They can
Yeah.
do so many things, as you've just heard Elayna say. And what a great way to honor him to share, is to share stories and to share the wonderful things that he's done, to keep his memory alive, but also to let
Mm.
everybody know that he's still there.
Yeah. And always very active, very much. And it's like in the spirit they can travel the world. They can go universe, see everywhere, but they still with you. And they still, if you need them, they there, you know.
Yeah.
And my son, who also sees spirits and stuff, and told them to, but he had a little keychain my mum gave him with the ashes in, a bit of the ashes. And he one night he didn't realize that he'd moved the ashes that's attached to the keys. He'd put it next to his bedside, where it's usually on his desk. And he, without thinking, he put it on his bedside. And he was falling asleep, and he heard a man's voice in his ear, like call him. Um, and then he realized, oh yeah, I put the ashes next to my bedside.
Yeah. If that wasn't a calling card, I
Yeah,
don't know what was.
yeah. So, you know, yeah, that's just showing you, isn't it? Like when you keep the ashes near, they do come. They do,
Yeah. And with
like how?
multiple people having multiple experiences with him is even
Mm,
more confirmation for everyone, especially in your family, that he is ever present. He may not be physically here, but spiritually, he's here.
oh yeah. And it's funny how they visit in the dreams as well. They kind of use, like when he visited my niece, it was that house. Do you know that me and my sister drove? It was never a house that we had visited before. We don't know the house, but they used the same house when they visited her, me, my sister, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and he told my niece off in the dream because he always used to say, let the kids be what they want to be. And she was worried about her kids, and she was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And he came to her then in the dream and said, now leave them alone. Let them be what they want to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, so but yeah, I think they kind of use it's like the restaurant or you know, the house. So I take note of that when you dream of them, because they'll take you to a certain place and yeah. And I think if you kind of wrote it down and compared it with other family members, you would actually
Yes.
might see some synchronicity there. It's like, hey, that's the house he took me to, do you know?
Yeah. Because often some families don't, I'll say, get into this. They don't talk
Mm,
about it, depending on belief, religion, whatever the case may be. But when you start opening up and sharing stories, it's amazing how some people go, well, actually, now that you mention
yeah,
it, yeah.
yeah.
And for those who are watching and listening who might think, well, how can they take you to a restaurant? There's not supposed to be restaurants in heaven. Now, everybody has a different belief or perception of what heaven might look like. Now, spirit can create anything. So, what a nice, comfortable setting to take you to than a restaurant, a safe
Mm,
place, somewhere that's nice. You're familiar with what a restaurant is. And it's somewhere where what do you do when you go to a restaurant? You sit down, you relax, and you are served. You know what I mean? You're sitting there. It's a place where you stop and you talk, you gather with family and friends.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the setting that, they've provided for you and your sister and your mum, which is, yeah, incredible. And and again, it's a little bit like his calling card, isn't it? I went to the restaurant again last night. It's almost like now
Yeah.
that's a him thing. You know what I mean?
And just to say, he was a chef.
Oh, what? Well, I
Yeah,
rest my
I
case.
forgot
There
to
you go.
mention that he was actually a chef, a really good chef. Yes, so a restaurant wouldn't be far from. I'd say
Oh,
he has one up there. He probably has a
definitely.
restaurant up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, that's a done deal
yeah,
then, isn't it? That's obviously obvious why you're
yeah,
going there. It's not
exactly.
just a place where
Hmm.
people gather. But I mean, but spirit will take you to, like you say, and sometimes it may be a house you're not familiar with. But sometimes in dreams, there are things that aren't, I want to say they're not as relevant. It's what really stands out. You take the key points out of the dream, and
Mm,
he's taking you to I guess you could say, a neutral place, but what's happening out of that? You know what I mean? You're visiting with him. He's talking to you. He's showing you something. He's, even to what he's wearing to make these things
yeah,
obvious. So when you talk to someone else, your, other family, the dots are joined. It's like, oh my God, there's specifics.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, and like it's things that would be important to say to that person who you're telling. If you're like, I bought that for them, and that's why
Yeah.
they obviously wore it. So it's things so that you'll know, hang on, this is really, proof. This is them,
Yeah. So
you
really
know.
three people were affected by that dream, you, your sister, and your mum, even though your mum didn't dream it. But the details you shared with her were
Hmm.
specific to something that she bought for him as to
Yeah,
what he
to
was
prove
wearing.
that it was him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah.
What a man.
You have to love spirit, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing what they can do, and you know,
Yeah.
um, but I'm not surprised he's still helping her. He
And it
hasn't left
really
her.
is yeah, and it really is that easy, isn't it? Ask. We say it all the
Yeah.
time in interviews. Ask. You need to ask for what it is that you want, because spirit doesn't know. Well, do they? Or they want you. I think some of it
Mm.
is, I don't want to say pushing you into out of your comfort zone, but it's concreting that faith, isn't it? And that belief that they're
Yeah.
there by you saying, okay, then if you're, I need this, but it's also intention. I want to add that in
Yeah,
there. Intention
definitely.
is a
Yeah.
big thing. It's intention behind. So when your mum's in need, she's really feeling that she's in need. Do you know what I mean? And she's frustrated and
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Gee, it'd
Um,
be just like having a genie in a bottle, wouldn't it?
it is though, isn't it? And it's kind of like even a sign like when, my little sister, like when she was upset and she was crying and she was asking him and she felt this gust of wind, just one, out of nowhere, boom. And it just calmed her. And it was him, and
Yeah.
it's that you need to like take notice of that. Take like, and it's they are around you. They're there.
Yeah. When you experience it yourself, you understand.
Yeah.
It,
Mm.
it's one thing to listen to someone's stories. Yeah, yeah, wow, that's amazing. But when you experience it yourself, it doesn't just come with the seeing or the hearing. It's a knowing, isn't it? It's a deep inner knowing.
Yes. Yeah. It's like she knew that's my dad. You just it's because they make you know it's them.
Yeah,
And then you'll sometimes you get people, they'll be, don't be stupid. It's not, they second doubt themselves, but don't second doubt yourself. Never, never,
yeah,
never, never.
exactly.
Mm.
And some people might say, can I ask for a sign? Can I be specific? Some people,
Yeah.
some people do that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah. And do you think that there is a waiting period or a time frame that, do you know, when people go, well, I asked and
Yeah.
nothing happened and I looked around and there was nothing.
It depends. It's like when I asked my brother for a sign, right? This is the week after he died. Give me a sign. Straight away, he set the fire alarms off. And then, even though I'm a medium myself, and I was like, here now, that could have been a fluke. It's like, yeah, do something else. And he did. He turned the tally off. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, that was straight away. But then
Yeah.
you might get somebody else that say, oh, show me, I don't know, send me a blue butterfly with purple spots, right? Now, there might not be a blue butterfly with purple spots, but in a week's time, you could be looking at a cake or something in a window, and it could be
Yes.
a plastic or a tattoo, or it could be anything. Or you might see a blue butterfly with purple spots,
Yeah.
you know? But
Yeah.
people wouldn't see that because it's like it's like they forget, either they asked or they just don't acknowledge it, or but
Yeah.
yes. So
And
it's
then and then when you see it, and like you say, a blue butterfly with purple spots is like, how? Well, just be
yeah.
patient and wait, because trust me, they will find, like you say, it could be a tattoo, it could be anything. But when you see it, you'll be like, that's it.
Well, watch now. We're gonna see now a purple butterfly. What's it? A blue butterfly with purple spots. I bet you're gonna see what it's like.
I know, exactly. And so the other thing I want to point out as well is, and because this is coming up and we've talked about this, well, a lot, is spirit also shows up in the way of orbs.
Yeah, I have a very high. I've got like a portal in my sitting
Yeah.
room.
High
Mm-hmm.
traffic area where it's like
Mm-hmm.
meteors falling from the sky, left, right, and center in your house.
Yeah, wait, actually, you told me, you said, Elayna, asked them to do something, right? Because I never thought of doing that. And I asked them, all right, can you do like a media shower, shooting, like do something? And didn't I send you the video the next day?
Yeah.
They had against the black blind, it was just psh, 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 like that. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And orbs are not often seen with the naked eye, but in footage, a photo, a video. So if you're taking photos and videos, you're at a family event, which spirit usually like to show up in family events as well, don't they? They like to be there and included as well. Check your photos carefully for any anomalies. Like, what is that? No, what is that really?
Yeah, it's not the light. It's not. Do you know in the old days they had this little flash on the top of the car? Oh, it's just a flash. No, it's not. It's an orb. They around you.
Yeah. And as you've heard, Elayna's had a lot of stories there from multiple people, not just her own stories, multiple people, that confirms that spirit are continuously giving signs. It's what they asked for. Your mum is classic of she asks, she receives. Like, that's incredible. I've never heard that's such a bond. Like,
Oh yeah,
so
no,
incredible.
they bonded. It's like that's why I had to tell you the story of how they met and how it was just all these different things. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's like, and it's like soulmate,
Yeah.
And he promised he wasn't going to leave her, and he hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
And that's proof that love never dies.
That's
It's
true.
infinite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, so beautiful. So beautiful.
Except my partner. Because he said, yeah, now I'm going up to find 2-pack and everything. When I go, he said, yeah, no, I'll be too busy.
Oh, hang on. But remember, you might want to remind him of the part where spirit is omnipresent.
Exactly. I said, you can go find 2-pack and all. I said, but I'll be talking to you.
Yeah, and be with you at the same time, omnipresent, use those skills and abilities that you'll be given.
Hey,
Don't waste them. Yeah, exactly. Come on now. What he doesn't realize is his wife's a witch and a medium, and she's a little bit clued on to the spirit world. She knows what goes on there.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I'll be like, hey, come on.
Yeah, she knows the capabilities. You can't cheat her out of that. Come on now. No cutting corners.
Yeah, you can bring two-pack too and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. You might not be sleeping, but hey ho, you'll get your signs.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, it's just
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Elayna, for joining me today and for honoring your stepdad, Franco, or your dad. I'll call him your dad because that's what you did call him. Yeah. And how special a relationship where a step parent treats you like their own. That is always special when you hear that. I love to hear that. That's beautiful. And such a kind and giving man by the sounds of what you've told me about him. So yeah. And Franco, if you're listening, which we know you are, we know you're here giggling in the background going, oh yeah, that was me. Yeah, that's another one of my classic works. Thank you for waking me up this morning and telling me, no, I need to get out and get up because I was running late for this interview. And he gave me the obvious signs in there. I've never met the man. The obvious signs in a dream of, the evidence. And Elayna's going, well, he was in this and that's, and I'm like, okay.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Incredible. And just because they don't know you doesn't mean they can't come to you. They're spirit.
Yeah, exactly. They do know you. They'll come into your dream.
Yeah. Distance doesn't matter either. Distance doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, fabulous. Elayna,
thank you.
Yeah, look, it's awesome. I love honoring spirit and the life that they've led and the life they're still leading now.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah. I appreciate you letting me share this. I really do.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Where can people find you?
Right, so I'm at spiritandshadow.ie.
Spirit and Shadow across the shirt.
spiritandshadow.ie. So that's where I am on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and
You have a website as well?
Yeah, the website is spiritandshadow.ie.
Yeah. And if you're wondering what Spirit and Shadow do, please share.
Oh, sorry. Well, we have crystal cauldrons and all kinds of lovely magical goods, and spiritual goods. And we also have Michelle and some other mediums on there too. Because I love supporting and promoting Michelle and all the mediums. They're brilliant. They're very close friends. So
yeah.
They all there.
We have a beautiful supportive community, don't we?
Oh, definitely.
I love it. We're so blessed.
Yeah.
So Elayna's online shop, Spirit and Shadow, you can find all your witchy goods, your spiritual goods, including the T-shirts. By the time this airs, they will be they will be out there with sigils, all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Yeah. Delve into that world of mystery and wonder. And do you ship worldwide, or like what happens there?
Well, at the moment, we do. If you ask, if you do live outside of the areas that we ship, you can just drop us a line, and I'll sort you out.
Yeah.
So I won't never say never.
Yeah. And you ship mainly to Europe, is that right?
Europe, Canada. Where else? I think we've got USA. I'm not sure, but I will be. Yeah, we've got Australia now as a trader, so that's great.
Ooh, yeah.
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
So just drop me a line if there is anything, and we're going to be starting to sell some lovely potions.
Ooh,
yeah,
I do love a good potion.
Oh, yeah. So you'll make it at home yourself, but we'll give you all the things you need and you'll be able to say your incantate yourself. Like, so it'll be a spell card and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Wonderful little kits.
yeah.
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 And just with the shipping thing, I just want to point out to people at different times, there can be issues shipping to different countries. Even for us, so I understand exactly what you're saying. When you have an online business and you want to ship to other countries, there's times when some countries we cannot ship to, they are just out. And it will have it there when you go to ship. We are not shipping to Canada for some reason. We are not shipping to this country for whatever reason. Things happen in the world and postal systems will just stop all shipments going to those countries. So these are some things that can't be predicted. But we have the art of communication and technology where you can flick Elayna a message through her website, contact her, and she'll sort that out and get you all set up. So yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Elayna.
Thank you.
I look forward to having you back on the show again.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Soon. To view the show notes, head over to themediumstable.com.au. If you want to watch these episodes, head over to our YouTube channel, The Medium's Table Podcast.